What's up, everybody? Big Hurt 916, getting down with Fresh Out. I got Ghost Loke with me, man. We chopping it up. Hit that subscribe button, share, represent. You know, we hit that 1 million, we're gonna do something big out here, man, with Fresh Out. But you know, me and Ghost Loke, man, we were just talking, and you know, the culture and what's going on right now in society, and you know, the whole thing, you know, masculinity and what's going on. I mean, Ghost, man, how do we get back or go forward in building our self-worth? I know we both did it, and you know, it was a hard lesson learned. You know, I know you said, you know, you're glad to have went through that experience, and I look at the experience I went through, and I wouldn't be the man I am today if I had went through it. But I'm thinking, like, what else could I have done? What else could have been different so I didn't have to experience that? You know, all the stuff now is glamorized. I mean, we were growing up, you only heard about somebody being who they were if you were on the streets. Nobody took pictures of their guns. Nobody really took pictures. I mean, if you were that dude or you were a hitter, people just knew, oh, that's Ghost, he's from over there. Oh, that dude ain't no joke. I heard about him at the party, or I heard about him at the club, or blah, blah, blah. But now it's a bunch of accolades. And then as far as what we see as the male, the black male, which we have such a big influence, hip hop, you know, entertainment, sports. I mean, they're using us to change the world, man. I mean, you look at Russell Westbrook. I mean, here's the guy, you know, black male, basketball, you know, hard, but then, you know, he puts on a dress, and then he gets mad because somebody says something. He said that's racist, but then he had a dress on. And then you got another guy over here who, you know, is a strong male, but then he's doing this over here. So it's like they try to take the strongest, or what appears to be the most influential, and twist it to use them for a message. And I'm saying at some point, people gotta, you know, youngsters, young black men have to stop looking to them to think that they're a representation of what they should be. And we need to have people like ourselves, I hate to say the term OGs, but that's what they call it, who have experienced something to, you know, share a different viewpoint, so maybe these youngsters can see something different. Because there's really no point of reference, man. I mean, the masculinity and just the direction of, you know, what we're promoting, and a lot of the people, the bigwigs, man, they don't really say that, man, because they're getting the bag. I mean, at one point, is the bag not the trade-off?
Man, you know, it's direction. It's direction. You know, people want direction. You know, it's like growing up in the projects in Harper City. You know, it's like when a person becomes a certain age and the eyes become open, and you get a chance to look at the perception, you look at life totally different. You know, it's like when we was going to school, everybody was, you know, was poor basically. Everybody had lunch tickets, but then nobody wanted to show them lunch tickets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they clip them.
Yeah, clip them. You know, clip them lunch tickets. But you know, it's the perception. We have a lot of influence on every goddamn thing, and I have to make sure that I use this influence once I have this information. That how can I use this? Because you know how it used to be. We can use our influence to influence other people to do some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think it comes with time. You know, I never walked around saying this. Never walked around showing a duffel bag of a whole bunch of money. Never did that. You know, it's like, loud confidence is silent insecurities. I'm gonna say that one more again. Loud confidence is silent insecurity. So if I'm in the spotlight, man, like, you know, like a basketball player putting on dresses, hey, that's your thing. But don't you know, little kids look up to you. You know, how are you using this influence to empower them little kids who have these lunch tickets? How are you doing that? You know, what are you doing, Russell Westbrook, to empower these kids to be that point of reference for these kids? You know, my homeboy, man, his name is Joe Smith. He used to play the NBA. Solid cat. You know, he live in Atlanta right now. Solid brother, man. It's like the discipline that Joe had to take to get to the NBA. But with lack of discipline and proper guidance, you will jack all that off. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I got this youngster named in Atlanta right now named Brian, man. Because of your show, we've been communicating. I'm communicating with cats in West London because of Fresh Out. You know, they hit me up, guiding, directing. How do I do this? You know, and it's using that fucking influence. You know, I don't know everything, but I know a whole bunch. I know what not to do. You know, so with these people in the public eye, with the masculinity, you have to. There's more responsibility that comes with it. You dig what I'm saying?
I agree.
So it's like, you gonna put a dress on, hey, that's your thing. If float your boat, but what image are you showing to these youngsters? You see what I'm saying? So how am I gonna say do this while I'm smoking a blunt and telling you kids not to do whatever's gonna be? You know what I'm saying? For me, it's about being that point of reference, and we fucked up, basically.
Yeah.
As a whole, individually, we got a lot of individual successes, but as a whole, we fucked up.
The pot is. I just saw where they had a guy, and this stuff always goes viral. The guy had 14 baby mamas, and he said he ain't done, and all the girls standing around giggling, and he's sitting there. He's a rapper. I can't remember what state he's from. I can't remember if he's from Atlanta or somewhere, but he's sitting there, and he got 14. It says 14 different baby mamas. And then you had another girl who's rapping, and she's in front of the abortion clinic talking about, you know, as soon as she get this, she gonna go kill it and this and that. And it's blacks. These are all black people doing this. It's not white rappers, not Asian, not Japanese, not Native American. Black, because the influence of black. You know, there's a reason this darkness, why you attract so much attention, why you dominate certain sports, why there was, you know, these great scientists, all these people. So they're turning around and they're using this greatness to perpetuate this other shit, which, you know, you've seen a young man there. Why would you even give him the platform and act like it's funny? But then here he is. How can you be a father to 14 different baby mamas?
That, man, it's that thing is called generation, right? It's a generational. You know, those kids are not going to inherit wealth. They're going to inherit Section 8 mindset. They're going to inherit GR. They're going to have disadvantages in life because there's no father there. And what makes this woman different? You know, this young lady who's rapping in front of an abortion clinic. You know, she is a young black woman, so she's given. You know, that's her freedom of choice of speech. But,
of course.
But the fact of the matter is you got to be responsible for that or what you may say. That because my daughters, if my daughters ask me a question and may see this person, you know, I'm gonna keep it 100 with my kids. You know, that one, she's a goofball. You know, don't follow that one. You know, she's lost still. You know, if I see a brother that got 14 kids and say he's not done. And my nephew's like, what about him? He's a goofball. That's the one you don't follow because his seed is gonna have a disadvantage in life because he's not there. You know, he's gonna those children are gonna pray to God that they don't have no disadvantage in life. But the way it is, you're continuing that circle. So like I said, homie, I was in South LA during the week, man. I'm sitting there looking at the city, dog. I'm looking at the city, and my homeboy called me. He said, "What you looking at?" And I said, "Man, it's so twisted around here. You know, it bars in the windows. You know, it's like the other day I went to sleep with my garage door open. I got my Harley right there. I got the kids' bikes right there. I left my garage open. It was safe. You know, but what I like about you and Fresh Out is the responsibility to create the awareness, you know, and that's the important thing. So it's creating the awareness, homie, where we been, what we like now, and the important shit that we doing, you know. We can talk about this grimy shit because, you know,
Yeah.
that's been our lifestyle. It's been some of our life experiences. But today, homie, it's totally different, you know. And because, like I said, homie, because of the Fresh Out, the shows I did before with you, you know, they've been hitting me up from all around the fucking planet, you know, and asking me questions. How do I do this and how do I do that? So what I got to do, Herc, is be responsible with my responses because, you know, they're coming to me for guidance and answers.
And you know, to add to that, you know, when I mention these things, people are like, well, you know, it's freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and so everybody's entitled to do what they do. And I'm not knocking Russell Westbrook, like you said, if he wants to wear a dress. I mean, dude, I did adult movies. I robbed the bank, I sold crack, I did a lot of stuff. So I'm speaking from experience, but like in retrospect now with my position, I couldn't tell somebody to go out there and rob, or somebody's big, Herc, how would you rob a bank? Man, look, go take it. I wouldn't even tell you how to rob a bank. I wouldn't even tell you how to go and pull a lick, because I have a greater responsibility. And I realized, I'm like, what if I would have had somebody like Big Herc or Ghost Loke in my ear? How could I have impacted that person? And so I look at, like, you know, I can't honestly say that I would say, hey man, you ain't nobody unless you have a body, or yeah man, you know, you want to do this and that, because I can't see myself just running up and hurting another black man for what? I don't have that. It's not, my conscious state is so high that I can't entertain that.
Man, talking that gangster shit, motherfuckers ain't trying to, they talk it, but they ain't trying to live it, because there's a consequence for that. My homeboy Yak right now is in USP Tucson right now. Before we started the show, I was talking to him on the phone, and he got life in 30, been down 30 years with this gangster shit, representing the neighborhood. The only ones that's got him is his kids. I watch his kids grow up from children to adults, bringing their children to come see their pops, their grandfather. You know, so it's like, when the cat asked me, how do you form this? I ain't gonna teach nobody how to make that thing no more. I ain't gonna teach nobody how to do all that negative stuff right there, you know. We're gonna teach some cats. Now here come the discipline now. You see, the reason why you success, dog, is because the discipline. A disciple is a student of discipline. That's us. And those who elevate on the higher vibration, higher frequency, begin to produce high results versus the low results. That's just me. That's some shit I've learned. You know, it's like, sometimes, homie, I sit back and I'm looking like, from detoxing off heroin in the penitentiary, from doing all that motherfucking time, to getting out from twirling Verizon wireless signs, graduating high school at 38, doing TV shows, writing books, traveling the world, being a father. Sometimes I like, you know, why me? Why me? Why do I get all this stuff from all the shit I used to do? You know? And I think the answer is I'm supposed to. This is the path. And this path is worldwide now. Fresh Out path is worldwide. You're gonna hit that meal ticket. You're gonna hit that meal ticket on subscribers, you know. But it's being that point of reference, you know. like when we was in Vegas that one day, we eating at the Brazilian spot. You know, we eating picanha and feijoada, and the waiter come up to Big Herc and say, "Hey, you Big Herc from Fresh Out." See, that's the impact from somebody who's from a different demographic. So the impact that you've had, you know, on people worldwide is a big, big deal. And I just want to do a little part of that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, it's always good having you on the show, chopping it up with you. Hey, you guys, you know how we do it. Big Herc 916, Ghost Loke, Fresh Out. Stop walking around with a crusty butt, smelly ball sack, and a funky hoo-ha. Big Herc said, wash that ass. Pick you up a t-shirt at freshoutseries.com.